Hi guys, happy Thursday. I hope everyone's doing well and had a very nice evening. Thank you for those who joined us yesterday. All right guys, so I'm gonna turn the camera around and we are gonna start stamping. We are going to walk through some really basic. We'll do some punctuation. I'll have to grab my lowercase. And we will cut a ball chain, and I will show you again, because I know I did a video of it, but I'll show you live how I take those cups off the ends of the ball chain to play around with that chain a little bit. All right, Alyssa. Okay, so I'm gonna turn you guys around and move my drink. It's definitely a 3 cups of coffee day today. All right. Let's see. Move you guys over here. Alicia's waiting on 2 big orders. Are you a lucky girl? All right, so when we talked about copper crescents, these are what I'm referring to. All right, I'm also going to show you how you could stamp inside your bezel and you don't need the insert, okay? And these are the pieces we're going to be working with, and the artisan ball chain. Let me grab my lowercase. And we will get started. All right, so you guys should always remember that with our font sets, just move my jump rings over, put that there. With our font sets, the lowercase always comes with punctuation, and I will bring this up and show you. Move this away. All right, so lowercase always comes with punctuation, all right? The uppercase, in this case, comes with these really amazing detailed design stamps. These are fantastic. My favorite one in there, does anyone know? Kimberly, I sit for all of my stamping. I sit on a jeweler's chair that goes up and down and has orthopedic padding on it. So my favorite stamp out of this is that little moon stamp. I mean, this compass is absolutely gorgeous, but definitely the little moon stamp is my favorite. You could definitely stamp on these, and I will show you super quick. So let me bring this in here, Maureen, so I could show you before we start. Now, you could stamp horizontally. So I'm working with my uppercase. So let's say I'm coming in. Let me just move this so you guys could still read the comments. But I'm going to place it. It's a little hard with the camera in front of me. But you could definitely stamp on the outskirts of it. All right. So definitely space yourself out. Give yourself time. Go nice and easy with it. All right. So we will start with this one. So now with the moon, you don't always have to use it as a moon, as a crescent moon, okay? You could always put a hole. Okay, guys, I guess we're having technical difficulties today. And it might be from the rain. Or I think it's Facebook. It might be Facebook. So I'll wait for some people to pop back on, and we'll continue from where we left off. Just let me know if you can hear me. And if you're there. All right, I see Dave. I don't see any other comments, so if you guys could just comment or give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can. There we can. Oh, perfect. Loud and clear. Okay. Perfect. All right, guys. So, hi, Ruth. So sorry about that. I know it's, I live in like a heavy wooded area, so I guess the rain is messing. I'm not sure, but okay. Yep, I'm back. All right, so there you go. So you can put a hole right in your blank. All right, so everybody see that? And I'm going to, it's screwed down, and I'm just going to, no, it's not you. It's not you. It's definitely not you. But Facebook was acting up. I watched a couple of Facebook Lives this morning, and it was doing the same thing. So maybe it's just a glitch today. So I've poked a hole, a second hole in my blank. It's wonderful, Karen, and it's awful all at the same time. I have mixed feelings. So now if you want to jazz this up, you could do your fonts on it like I showed you guys before. Okay? Or you could take a ball peen hammer to it. The ball peen hammer looks really cute. Just give it a little, you don't have to get really aggressive with it. You know, just give it a little texture, give it a little 3-dimension. So it's not so flat. Just like that. Okay. Yes, I did my nails at 4 o'clock this morning because I could not sleep. And I'm sure by the time the day is over, they will be a completely different color again. But thank you, Stephanie, for being so observant. You know, it's hard when you work with metal all day, every day. It's kind of hard to keep your nails in really good condition. It's something that I struggle with on a regular basis. All right. So there's a little bit of texture on that. So we're just going to put that to the side. Now we talked about these bezel blanks. Now they do have inserts, okay? And you could definitely use an insert, or you don't have to use an insert. You could just stamp on the center there and to just look like a frame. So I think I'm going to take out, let's see. I'm going to take out my constellation sticker book. And I know we did this last week, but I'm just going to go over it a little bit today. All right, and I'm going to take out, let's see. July 22nd. So yesterday was my sister-in-law Maria's birthday. So I think I'm going to stamp this forward to her, the sample. So I'm going to use the smaller one, that small pattern grid, just like that. And I'm going to place it right beside my bezel. And what's good about these is that you can move them around to how you like them. You don't necessarily have to stamp on a circle, okay? You could put them on any blank that you might have. So I'm going to place this down here. And I am going to come in with, I'm going to actually use a mixture of, now this stamp pack, the sticker book, comes with constellation stamps. I'm going to opt out and not use those today. I am going to use my, everyone knows how much I love, love, love my dot stamp. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my dot stamp. And I'm just going to follow my dots. And I'm not going to overly aggressively hit them. But my last dot that I have here, I'm just going to do it very lightly because I'm going to sink a crystal into that. So there's my constellation. I'm just going to pull it off now. And there it is. And I'm going to come in with, let's see, my one. Is this it? Yep, this is it. Let's see. Do I have another? I'm going to come in with my 1.8 crystal setter. Okay. And I'm going to come right here. And I'm going to just cover that dot that I just made with my crystal setter. And I'm going to give it a nice tap. Then I'm going to really couple of nice light taps. And I'm going to go around. Okay, and the reason why I rotate my crystal setters while I'm stamping is I want it to have a really nice, deep, even indent in there. I'm going to come back in. I'm going to flip it over because you see I have a little bit of little pooling in the back. So I'm going to take my ball peen out. I'm going to use my nylon head. Going to tighten the base of my hammer. And guys, if you have questions about this hammer, we're definitely going to go over it during that Michael's class today. Oh, I was in Dallas last year. I'm not sure about this year. I think that we're going to postpone this year, but I will be there 2021. Promise. Promise, promise, promise. Definitely Dallas 2021. All right, so we are going to, I'm going to take the ball peen, and I've showed you guys this before, but I'm just going to give it some nice texture around. I'm in a texturing mood today. Just gives it a little something extra. I'm going to try to pull this up a little bit. Work away from me so you guys could see it above the comments. All right, so there is my frame. Now you see it beveled a little bit out here. Gave it a little bit of a bulge. Oh no, Ruth, the Mike's class is full. Oh, all right. Well, you know what, guys? We're going to do more classes with Michael's. So, we'll keep you posted. What you're going to do when you have that bulge, guys, you can give it a couple of taps where your bulge is. But then I also want your block to do most of the work. So you're going to turn it over where your bulge is, and you're going to hit the other side. And that's going to cause your metal to hit into the steel block. So now you have a nice frame. So the Michael's class, they only took 1,000 people, and I think we're full. That's what I'm getting. Ruth says that we're full. So that's probably why you couldn't get in. But definitely next time, guys, we do a few of these a month. And Jen and I will definitely let you know. I apologize, guys. Jen, did we get confirmation by any chance that it was full? I'm not sure. It might be because we were pretty full last class. So then I'm going to take my enamel marker. Now, I always like to enamel before I use my glue to sink my crystal. So I'm going to color in my constellation. And I'm going to lightly dab take it out, okay? Yeah, Shelly, definitely try to get in earlier next time. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a full class, so. All right, so I'm going to come in with my glue. Guys, they might have opened it up, but after this live, I would definitely try to do it again. Or if you can multitask. I'm horrible at computers, so. And try to get in. All right, and here we go. Here's that ball. So like I said, there's no need to squeeze your glue. It's going to come out. You're going to take your applicator. That might be a little too much, but I have a bead of glue. All right. Remember to clean off your tip and then put your applicator back in. And then I am going to take, let's see, I'm going to do a clear diamond color, if I can get my hands on it. All right. And I'm just going to place that. Whoops. I'm trying to read comments and put a crystal in. It really depends, Stephanie. It's really up to, we work with Michaels, so it's up to Michaels. But we'll see what we could do. I mean, if it was such a hit, I'm sure we'll be able to do it again. All right. So there we go. Okay. Now I do have a little bead of glue, if you see at the bottom of that. Sometimes what I like to do is take some of my paper towel. Twist it around my tweezers and just lightly go around it. Okay? So let's see if I could get that in there. There we go. So I've cleaned it up. There's a little bit more there. But instead of making more of a mess, I'm going to wait for that to dry. And then again, with my, you could use a Q-tip, some little rubbing alcohol, and just clean around the area. Okay, you don't want to make sure that you're not going to soak your paper towel in it, but definitely get it damp. Hi, Allison. 6-8 is the next class. All right, Terry, have a good day. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pliers and I'm just going to open up my jump ring. So when you're opening jump rings, guys, you want to twist. You don't want to pull them apart because then you compromise the metal in the center. Gonna put that on. Close that right up. And then I'm just gonna place it on the side because I'm gonna start put my crystals away. All right, so then I'm gonna come in and these are just my supply of crystals. They are coming out shortly where you'll be able to buy them in bulk. Right now, they're just available to purchase with the crystal setters. All right, so we are going to, let me find a sticker guide. I'm definitely not all out of those. And I am going to place it right in the center, okay? Bring that down right here, okay? And with your fonts, okay, with your Stargazer, you could either choose to space it out or you could bring it in closer together. So these lines, because this is a 2mm font, these lines are more for 3mm. So it's really gonna take some practice to get your spacing correct, but I'm gonna show you really quick. So I am going to start here. And these are rated for stainless, so you don't have to hit them so hard. But with these, you always want to cover a half of the last impression that you stamped. All right, does everybody see that? Do you see how I'm covering? Try to flip that down a little bit. See how I'm covering half of my last stamped impression? Does everybody see that eye? Okay. So you want to cover half. And there you go. I'm going to pull you back up. Take that out. Now sometimes you will get residue of sticker on your blank. You're just going to take a paper towel, like you said, and run it right through. All right. And then, you know, since we're sticking with texture, I think I might ball peen around that. And I'm not going to be too overly aggressive. I'm going to concentrate on the ends and just give it a little bit like a diamond cut look. Here we go. And I'm going to come back in with my silver marker. You just got in the class? Oh, good. It could be that they opened it up. So for those who couldn't get in, see if you could get in. So I am using the silver enamel marker. I'm going to let it dry. So you could just go through the videos on the ImpressArt website, on the Facebook page that you're watching this through. If you click on, once the live is over and you click on videos, it will be in the titles. So you won't even have to send us a request. You could just go through the videos. Oh no, Stephanie, maybe you need to refresh your browser. Oh God, that sounds like I know what I'm talking about and I really don't. I'm gonna let it, see how I sit, I let it sit, usually how I wipe the black off a little bit faster. With the silver, I let it sit a little bit more. I wanted a little bit more glittery, so I'm gonna put another coat on it and let it sit. Okay. So now since I have my font out, I'm really not going to use punctuation on this project, but since I have it out, I'll do a demo really quick for those who are wondering about how I suggest using the sticker guides for your punctuation. First, I'm just going to take this. Again, I'm going to open up my jump rings. Give it a nice twist. Just like that. And I'm gonna put this right on my necklace. And then put it right back into shape. All right, so look how pretty that looks. Charm, charm, nice charm. All right, so I'll pull that. I'm gonna push that aside. So I'm gonna do a demo really quick on punctuation. All right, because I know that was a question. So let's say, punctuation. How about, I don't know where this came from, but apples. Actually, you know what? Since we're doing constellation, let's stick with stars. All right, so I'm gonna stamp out the word stars. All right, and I will use all of my uppercase so it's easy for you guys to see. And I'm gonna space it out. I'm using the space between my orange and my black hash marks. All right, and here is my S. So, how I do punctuation, okay, is I take my sticker, I pull that off, I take my sticker, and I put it, see that orange line? How it's in between the R and the S? I put my sticker exactly where I want my, see the tops of my font, my letters? I put my orange line or the black line, whatever line you want, right where I want my punctuation. All right. So then I come back in. You could even mark your sticker, guys. All right. I come back in. I drag it. Okay, I drop it. So now with your punctuation, and I've gone through this before, but even with your letters, if you want to draw a line on your center, you could. You could even put a dot where you want your punctuation. So I'm going to take this down, line that up, give it a little tap. And there is my punctuation, okay? So that's how I do it. That's how I do it, by using my sticker. And your stickers can, if you don't really press down on it, you could definitely pull your guides on and off. Yes, Ruth, all the Michael's classes are archived, so you can see it after the fact. You just won't be able to, if you want to ask a question, you know, we won't be there to answer it. So it'll be pre-recorded. All right. So I'm going to come in now and I'm going to use one of my chips. I'm going to pull out an amethyst chip. And I'm not going to use, I'll use a small one. I'm going to use another jump ring for that. Open that up. Put that right on there. And hang my crystal. And there we go. So something really nice and unique. You know, you don't have to go overboard and hang anything else from it. You can if you want to. You could do some zodiac signs. You could do, you know, you could do a zodiac sign. You could do pretty much design it to the way you'd like to do it. And now we're going to go on to the chain portion. So I know that I did a ankle bracelet. A lot of you had questions on how to open the artisan chain. So I'm going to put this aside. I'm just going to open up my pack of chain. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. And now I want this really, I want this long. So I'm going to work with 2 chains. Okay, 2 of the chains. And on one side of the chain, I'm going to take my lobster claw off. And then I'm going to attach it. Ooh, and there goes my jump ring. I always knew that was bound to happen. Let's grab another. Let me grab another. Okay. So I'm going to come in again and hopefully not drop this one. Come right through. And with my end, I'm going to put that right on there. I'm going to take my jump rings and just close them. All right, so here is one end attached to your necklace. Okay? Then what you're going to do, you're going to leave that end on. You're going to take your second piece of chain. Okay, so you're going to need, to be clear, you're going to need two chains. Okay, we're going to open up the other side, the other chain. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to jump ring a little bit more. Put that right on there. Close it again. Okay, so now we have our chains connected to our moon. Okay, then you're going to come to the end, and obviously you're going to measure. Okay, you're going to measure how long you want your necklace. I want to do this about 24, so it's nice and long. Fall is coming. She'll be able to wear it with a nice sweater. So here we go, and I will show you guys how to do that. You're going to take your end completely off. So you're going to undo your jump ring, okay, and just set it aside so you don't lose it. Now, does everybody see how that clamshell opens? You're just going to open your clamshell. Now, you can either use a toothpick works. You could use a pair of flush cutters. And you're just going to open it just like that. See that? And it comes right out. So remember, just be careful. Okay? And just hold it aside. You're going to do the same, set it aside. You're going to do the same thing to the other end. Okay? Comes right off. Make sure, oops, as it flies across. But I got it. Okay? So then I'm going to measure my necklace. Okay? And I'm going to cut my excess off. And guys, always keep your excess chain. okay? Because you could always use it again. Sharon, we're going to be there. They should be coming out shortly. I want to say in another month or so. Okay, with the whole COVID thing, we're a little behind, but we are getting there. I haven't tried bent nose pliers, but I've used a jump ring to get in between that. I mean, like I said, they're not heavily, you know, on there. They're not really, you could open it up very lightly. You could use a pair of flush cutters. You could use some round nose pliers to get in there. All right. Then I'm going to take my first cap in my plier. I'm going to put my ball in there, and I'm just going to squeeze a little bit. You don't want to overly crush it. The goal is not to crush the ball inside there, okay? If you're feeling, tweezers will work, Linda. If you feel a little insecure about it being open a little bit, you can drop a little bit of the GS Hypo in there. But again, it's such a small piece in that clamshell, I wouldn't go overboard with it, okay? So there is that, and then I'm going to pull my jump ring where I just told you, nice ladies and gentlemen, to not lose the jump ring. Did I lose the jump ring? I lost the jump ring. Let me grab 2 more of those jump rings. Let's see where they are. So yeah, you could definitely use tweezers. Where are, let's see, they should be here. I got them, there we go. I have a horrible habit of mixing jump ring sizes. So I'm gonna pull 2 out. So you're gonna run your jump ring through your hole, actually, and put your lobster claw on for one side. Take it right back, twist it right back into place, and then your other end, you're gonna put right in your ball, your clamshell, and you're going to take your pliers and crush it. Not crush it, but just close it a little. Put some pressure on it. I'm going to put my jump ring on. And I am not going to put my extender on that, okay? So remember, guys, one day we'll do a project with all of our random chain. Remember, anytime you cut a chain, save your scraps. Save your scraps. A gentle smush, yes. All right? So then you have it like that. Okay? So now I have a really nice long, lay that out for you guys, necklace. You know, you guys could add initials to it. It just looks so nice. Especially, I just love the way the silver and the copper look together. I just think it complements it so well. All right, and remember, I'm going to wait for my glue around my crystal to dry before I clean it a little bit with any kind of rubbing alcohol. Or even if you have a little bit of antibacterial, you could put that on a Q-tip. And just, like I said, you don't want to go on top of the crystal. You just want to gently go around it, and that will take the excess glue off. Okay? And then these are always fantastic, guys. These embellishments are really, they're fabulous. Let me see. I think I might have. Oh, yes, I do. But I don't have copper. But I'm going to show you. We have other embellishments. These are little half moons. They come in little stars. And Jen could post the link. You know, and I probably would do these. You know, you could mix metal it. You could mix all three metals. There is no law against mixing more than 2 tones. All right, but with this one, these are really cute. You could get an initial on these. If you don't want to do an initial, you can. I'm just going to move this right off my block. You could give it a little bit of texture. I wouldn't texture the whole thing. I would just give it a little bit of pizzazz. And I would get a jump ring and maybe hang it. You know, hang it with my crystal. That would look really nice. And it would add a little something to it. So these embellishments, these are in... These come in brass and they come in the copper. And Jen just posted, Jen or Allie, I'm not sure which one, of my amazing coworkers just posted that for me. So you guys could take a look at those. Also, feel free to bend you back up a little bit. You know, when your brass is a little tarnished, feel free to take your buffing block to it. And just run it over a little bit. Do you guys see the difference now? See if I could get that zoomed in on. I guess not. Okay, but do you see that difference a little bit? Let's pull my big fingers away. Do you see how I just shined that up and that's a little bit tarnished? So you could definitely clean up your tarnished blanks with that. I would even go as far as putting another, here we go. I did my nails, now I can't pick up blanks. I'm gonna move that right off there. But you could also overlap. This is my favorite thing about these embellishments is that you could overlap them. You know, with a jump ring. And maybe put like something else, an initial or a date on there and hang it. But they look really super adorable on there. Just like that. All right. So that is our quick Thursday project for today. You know, guys, you don't need your inserts with these. You know, if you have that random straggler that you've used the insert already for, definitely take advantage and stamp on the inside. You could do the same exact thing with your brass and your copper. All right? You could texture the outside. You could stamp on the inside. All right? And then definitely take advantage. Your artisan chains come 2 in a pack. And it's really, really worth it if you're going to make a longer chain because, guys, these are stainless. And stainless doesn't turn. It holds its shine and it holds its color. So when you're wearing it for a long time, you're not going to have any of that copper flashing coming through. So keep that in mind. All right, and I will flip you guys around. So, thank you guys for joining us today. We appreciate it when you tune in and spend some time with us. You could shop the whole collection in the comments. Jen posted the link. Yes, leftover bits, Linda. Always save, whether it's jump rings that you might have taken off, or let's say you have this necklace that you love, but you don't wear it, and you know, something that you purchased out. Don't throw that out, guys. Take your jump rings off, take the beads off, take your chain, put your chain in a box. Always come back to it at a later date. Because you might make that pendant and then think to yourself, oh my God, I just stamped a pendant that would look fantastic on that chain that I took apart how many months ago. Or I made a bracelet for someone and I have all this chain left over. There is a neat way that you can make a really nice, and maybe not all of you are into fringe, but I'm a lover of fringe and I hang things off of everything. So there's a way that you can definitely cut your ball chain and wrap a little wire around it and have a tasseled necklace. You could use it for a tassel in the center of a mandala disc that you made. So maybe we'll do a Facebook Live on just a hodgepodge necklace, stuff that you've accumulated on your block that you might not think go together, but really they do. So thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, Karen. You fringe everything, Angie. So do I. It's a fringe problem. Definitely is. So guys, thank you for joining. If you're not able to get into the class, or you have been able to get into the class, I will see you later on this afternoon. If not, I will see you guys Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Have a fantastic weekend. Again, get out, do a little walking, do a little exercise, do relaxing, and then come back in and create. It's amazing when we have a clear mind what our hands create. So have a great weekend, and Jen and I will see you this evening or Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Thanks so much, guys.